Hello and welcome everyone. I'm Patricia Kingston and I'm the Corporate Events Officer at Tourism NI, and I'm absolutely delighted to welcome you today for the first of our TED Experts webinars on digital hot topics as part of the Tourism Enterprise Development Programme. We're joined today by Ciaran Connolly, founder of ProfileTree, who, among other things, specialises in supporting businesses to introduce free and paid AI and digital tools to streamline and drive business. So we're really interested to hear what Ciaran has in store for us in today's session, where we'll be embracing AI for growth and efficiency in your tourism business. During this afternoon's presentation, Ciaran is going to be discussing AI tools and technologies available and how they can be used to improve customer experience, streamline operations and drive growth. And Ciaran will also be kindly staying on at the end to pick up any questions you might have. So be sure to pop those into the chat box in your control panel at any time throughout the presentation, and we'll pick up as many of those as we can at the end. So we've lots to get through today. So without any further ado, it's my pleasure to introduce and hand you over to Ciaran to kick off today's presentation. So good afternoon, Ciaran, over to you.
Thank you very much, and welcome everyone to today's session. So I'm looking forward to getting into this with you, and as I say, definitely do send your questions through. Looking forward to answering them at the end. So we're going to focus on AI and how we use it for growth and efficiency within our business. And there's a couple of things when we're thinking of AI, what we should know, really what is AI and how does it work. So we're going to spend a few minutes as stated on the slides and get into a live demo, which is the most exciting part if you ask me. But yeah, so we need to know what is AI. We're going to have a quick overview of the tools as mentioned, look at some of the core areas, and what's next, what's likely to happen in AI. Again, is this something that's hot today and maybe gone tomorrow, or is it something that we really seriously need to look at for our business today? So first off, what is AI? So we've got loads of text on the screen. I'm not going to read it basically, and you just need to know at a top level. So basically, it's a technology that helps or allows a machine to act with some intelligence. That's really what an AI is. Normally, it's based on its learnings from the past. So if we think of some of the most popular tools today, they're based on billions of pieces of data from the internet. So it's data that's already there, and they're using some natural language processing with prompts from people, and they're getting results. So it's really the prompts from people, and that's where you and I come in. So that's what really makes the AI work and sing. So that's at a top level. That's all we really need to know about AI. It's been around for years, but it's only become popular in the last 12 months, and we're going to have a little look at that as well, and some of the most popular ones. So here, and some of you may remember this here. This is actually an image from 2016. And it's the Hilton Hotel, and they're introducing a AI concierge called Connie, and it was based on the most advanced technology at the time. But 2016, amazing, 13 years old now, but still new technology. It never really adapted. And we think of some of the other emerging technology we hear people talk about today, AR, VR. It feels like it's been around forever, not mass market. And the metaverse, we've all probably heard of it and maybe don't know much more about it. So we're hearing it in the background. So it is being developed all the time, and then someday it pops. And obviously that's what happened with AI. So I have a question there. What changed in November 2020 or 2022? So that was when ChatGPT, and I'm sure most of you have heard of that, launched. It was the 30th of November, so just over a year ago, ChatGPT launched to the public. And by January the 13th, there was over 10 million people using it. That was the stats that they were releasing then. So from November to January, over 10 million people jumped on, were using it. Today, ChatGPT says that over 1 million people use their platform every single week, and there's over 1.5 billion visits to their website every month. So it's an incredible tool that has reached mass adoption in the business world, in the education space, and people having fun as well. So it really has been used massively around the world. It's one of the fastest growing adoptions of any software or any tool in the world. So something to be recommended. Hopefully many of you have signed up and already tried it out, but if not, as I say, we look at it today. But the very first ChatGPT model dates back to 2018. So again, it's been around for a long time, and the core with what ChatGPT is it's looking at all this data on the internet, it's getting us to write prompts to it, and it's pulling in the data and rewriting this knowledge and giving us back what we've asked for. And that's basically, again, how it works. So very, very exciting. It's smart, but it still needs a lot of human intervention into how it operates. So again, another lovely reference to AI, and this is a hotel in Japan. Again, very well, not very old, but it's a couple of years old. But this is from their website today. So again, this hotel group is very famous for introducing technology into the business. So they're in the Guinness Book of Records, and they're really using their adoption of technology to build their brand and become world famous, which is again a very smart way to go. So they're taking it to the next level. So when you walk into a hotel, you're actually talking. It feels like they're trying to make it as human as possible. You're talking to the system. You can type into the system, and the AI is answering back. But it's still the exact same concept, the exact same model that we have access to. And of course, them installing this would have cost a lot of money. And today we can actually use ChatGPT for free. So how does AI roll into tourism? Where does it sit, and what can it do? What can it help us with? So again, with AI, what we need to think of is that we can use it to make personal travel recommendations. As I say, it'll all make sense if you haven't used AI when we go into the live demo. So AI, so we think of our mobile phones, for example. So we've got Siri on our iPhone, and we've got Hey Google as well. So depending if you're using Apple or Android, these are very smart and intelligent devices that we find that a lot of people are using. So with Siri, what you can do is you can use your voice, and you can answer calls, you can write messages, you can book calendar appointments, you can set alarms. So these are all things that you can actually do today in your mobile phone device. And again, that's using AI. When we go into Netflix, for example, and the homepage that you see, you're getting all these recommendations. That's personal recommendations based on what you've looked at in the past. And again, that's a really good example. If we go into maybe some of the bigger booking engines like booking.com, you'll often find that there's personal recommendations sitting there waiting for you. And this technology has been in use for years, and Facebook, Netflix, Amazon, Spotify, all of these platforms are using this technology to try and drive personal recommendations that provide a better experience for the users, you and I. We can see, if you've ever seen dynamic pricing, where pricing changes depending on what's happening. If you want to try and book a flight and maybe you didn't book it and you went back a couple of hours later and the price maybe is gone up or changed. Sometimes we see that happen, and that can be a little bit frustrating. But again, that's platforms using dynamic pricing to generate the maximum revenue. Chatbots and virtual assistants. We've seen an incredible growth in chatbots over the last 12 months, the number of businesses implementing that and using that, but also I think consumers who are looking for 24/7 support and replies. Gone are the days when people wanted to get a response from someone 9 to 5 and they had the patience. So again, we've seen a dramatic increase in that in the last couple of years, and we'll have a look at that as well. People are using AI to analyze data. Again, that's an incredible area that probably we didn't have a lot of time to do, or even budget to invest and to look at that. So AI is incredible at looking at data, taking incredible volumes of data and getting sense from that. We can actually interrogate it as well, ask it questions, and get some advice. So for example, in our accounts, if we use QuickBooks or Xero, what's happening there is that we're getting the ability to ask it, if we increase our price of this product by 10%, what does that do to the profit margin? If bookings are down 4%, what does that do to break even? So these are things that we're able to do and being introduced into the products. And that's again, back to global adoption of AI. AI has been introduced into every single thing, and it's probably already been there, but maybe not as visible as it is now, and maybe we're becoming more aware of it as well. If we again think of your mobile phone, do 99% of people actually use all this technology that we have, the ability to make all these bookings? When we look at efficiency and automation, again, back to the email sequences, and I'm sure a lot of people are using automations in their emails. So someone books something and they get a sequence of emails. you can actually now build in a little bit of AI and add in some intelligence. So if someone's booking something and it's the weekend, you can maybe pull some data from the internet of what's on and send them really live updated information. So again, you can see how it's moving up in the service that we're able to deliver to our customers. Again, back to we can predict and see what's coming. The forecasting is incredible, because again, you can do it live. We don't have to wait for spreadsheets to come back from accountants in the future. So again, incredible what we can do in that respect. Language translations, we expect to see that not being a major issue going forward. The AI tools are translating, and we can actually have them now on their website, and you can actually talk to them. So again, there's options around that to open up our business to every language in the world. Route planning, again, we're all using Google Maps and Apple Maps, and we're seeing the AR, VR being introduced to that. And it's even helping with sustainability, which, as I say, we'll dive into and have a little look at in a deeper level. So just jump. So again, this is, and I'm putting up these images. They're quite old, so again, just to show or illustrate that this has been here for a long time. What we're trying to do now is actually jump onto the mass adoption. It's become super cheap, super affordable, and so easy to use these tools in our business that we should, without a doubt, be introducing these to every business in the next year, because again, the customers are getting used to them, they're expecting them, and they want to see the support. So customers, as a point one there, customers do love AI. Maybe not the AI itself, but the actual impact it's having in the business. They can get instant support, instant answers, and that is the most important thing. With AI, we can save money, of course, because we can't man all these options 24/7. But if we have really good, intelligent AI and we set it up for success, then we're going to save money. We don't have to have people, and sometimes we know it's hard to get people all the time. So this is maybe an opportunity to remove some of that pain from our business. And back to the key thing is customer service. Happy customers will purchase more, spend more, leave us better reviews. All super important. As I say, that article there, 2017. So again, these big companies have been working on and using this for years now. It's a time of every other business to jump in. Just sharing some stats before we go and look at the live demo. So just to emphasize how big this is, and we can't underestimate how important it's going to be for our businesses in the next 12 months. It's already been groundbreaking this year, but next year I think it's going to get even faster. So you can see here just at the top, it says that AI revenue is, they're expecting it to go from 86 billion to 407 billion. So that the increases are incredible. What I'd say as well is that and I've asked a question at the bottom there, how many AI tools are there? And it's saying there's hundreds of thousands of AI tools already. And that's probably going to continue because AI is the hottest thing in town at the moment. So that's going to continue. And what our advice is, and we've seen it, and we've become a victim of it as well a little bit, is that there's so many new tools and new products being promoted to us through social platforms. And what we want to do is actually avoid the noise, focus on one or two, and become masters at it. And if we do that, we're going to take over the world. So the one we're recommending that you really look at and focus at is, of course, ChatGPT. Without a doubt, it is the best AI in the market today, and that's probably going to continue. There's a few other AI tools competing with it, but it is the forerunner, and that's probably going to continue. Hence why you're very likely to be very safe to become a master at ChatGPT. And a lot of the other tools are publicly available, are built on the technology that ChatGPT has. They're just putting a little bit of software or a feature in front of it. And you see, again, if you're subscribing to any software, we mentioned QuickBooks or Xero, even your booking systems, you're going to see that they're going to be introducing, if not already, AI tools or elements into what they're doing, so they can offer you a better service for the subscription you're already paying. So things are going to change. With ChatGPT, we've two models at the moment, two business plans. One is totally free, and it is called Chat 3.5, GPT 3.5. And again, it's fine to use, but what we found is Chat 4, which came out earlier this year, and we expect that that's probably going to continue. What will happen is when Chat 5 or 4.5 comes out, the next version, it will be the paid one, and hopefully then the really good version that we have today, Chat 4, will come down to be the free version. And that seems to be what they're doing at the moment. So every couple of months, every 6 months or so, we're edging up in the technology. So again, back to the pace of change and how fast this is running. It's even to the point in January this year, we were advising our clients don't be using ChatGPT, because again, the quality just wasn't there. Maybe 2 or 3 months later, we were realizing, okay, this actually now they've upgraded, and the quality and the results we're getting from it are really worth investing in. Now is the time to go in and jump in. As I mentioned, again, it's free or $20, and the $20 you'll save 100 times over. So it is really a good investment. So if you do have a budget for your stack, then definitely what we do. Again, just highlighting some of the things we can do with it, and we're going to have a look at this now, and we will send out information after the webinar as well. So you will get all this, but there's so much we can do. We can use it to build out itineraries for guests who are staying in our area. We can have it create some menu ideas or meal ideas for our bed and breakfast. We can, as I say, there's no end. We can use it to reply to our clients, and different softwares using, say, ChatGPT or OpenAI, which is built on, will help us do that. So again, we're going to get into the live demo. But just before I do, I just wanted to run through a few myths that and we'd mentioned on the slide. So just again to highlight some of the key things. So AI, one of the things people think is that AI can think like people can think and act like people, and it really can't. What it is it's using information that it's been fed, and then based on the prompts that we're giving it, that's how it reacts. So that's not the case. There's obviously some thinking that it could lead to mass job losses. So we even ourselves, some of our jobs have been disrupted, and we don't see that. What we see is that there's a big opportunity to create better roles. So we had writers, a volume of writers in our team. Now those people aren't writing, they're prompt engineers. So they're using ChatGPT and their output has multiplied maybe 4 times in a day. They're achieving so much more, being more productive. And again, they went through a little bit of digital transformation in their business, and there's a little bit of resistance. None of us like learning new things, but the benefits outweigh the little bit of pain of learning something new. It is incredible. Just again, the systems aren't 100% correct, and don't make mistakes. They are slightly biased because again, they're using the data that's online. And again, if you think they're just scraping the internet, getting billions of pieces of information, but if you think that includes comments on websites and in forums and on Facebook and all these platforms, so again, that content hasn't been vetted. So there is some bad or incorrect content in that. There is bias. That's why anything that you get from the tools, we do want to check it. They can't solve complex problems independently either. Again, that what we need to think is they need people to ask questions. So these are super intelligent tools, but unless you or I are asking the question, it's not going to do anything. And that's where we come in. That's where the real value is, because someone that knows how to use a chatbot or a AI tool like ChatGPT can do maybe 3, 4, 5 times what someone can do without it. So it's a game changer in that. Last point is probably around the expense. People do think that there's a mindset that this can be expensive. We're going to show you today that it's super inexpensive, if not free, and there's a fear maybe this is complex. It's super not. Again, the fact that this tool has went from 0 to 100 million weekly users is testament to how easy it is to use. So again, we're going to stop now. That's enough slides, and we're going to jump over and go through the live demo. So I've just jumped over to our search engine, and what I'm going to do again is type in ChatGPT, and you should get this page here. Of course, different versions of it. You're going to click in. So it's from a company called OpenAI. So when you see this, you're in the right place. So you're just going to click in, and you can create as I mentioned, you create a free account, and I have a paid account. And we're going to have a look at that now. So when you sign in, so you get to know this symbol here very, very quickly. When you sign in, this is what you're presented with. So you're going to have a little profile down here for settings, and you've got some extra features here. And again, down here is where you go into your settings and you can decide to pay or not pay. But again, sign up and try for free. it gives you some prompts here already. You can see, so the whole idea is prompts. So right now we have access to one of the most powerful computers in the world that's available to us. So what I'm going to do, and the beautiful thing is this has come on so much since it launched. We've had so many new updates. It has been incredible. For example, it didn't crawl the internet, now it crawls the internet, and I'll show you an example of that now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask it, so can you review a website and give me feedback on how it can be improved. So I'm starting, and basically the whole idea with using these tools effectively is that you have to ask really good questions, but prompt it. Don't sometimes it'll come back and say it can't do it. Basically, you want to ask the question in a different way. So again, it's saying, so now what I have is I've got my first chat, and as you go through the chats, they're going to appear here. So your history will appear down the left-hand side, and you just go and start a new chat, and away we go. So again, can you review this website and give me some tips on improving it? And it doesn't matter about spelling. So the beautiful thing, and this is what changed in November 2022, what really changed is this interface. You can type into this computer and get it back. We don't need any fancy buttons. We don't need to set up anything on the screen. It's ready to go. We just type. And that is the key thing that changed in November last year. So again, I've just typed in our website here, so I'll be embarrassed now. Here we go. But basically what it's doing, and as I say, you'll do it for your own website. You do it maybe for competing websites, who's ranking #1, and it's going to review and see how it's performing. So again, it's giving us feedback, and you can see what it's diving into. So it's reading the website and giving us some feedback on what we can improve. So again, what I'm going to do now is ask it. So definitely want to read this and take advice, and you can ask it. The thing is, you may not know about SEO and content strategy. What you do then is you ask it to explain it. How do I improve it? What am I missing? Again, if I'm wondering about mobile optimization, so again, I'd ask it, right, okay, can you tell me more about this? How is the site performing? So you need to probe it, and that, as I say, back to being a prompt engineer, which is the coolest job in the world at the moment. That's what everyone's clamoring to be. And you can see now we've got 2 chats on the side, so your history builds up here, so you can go back into past chats and continue a conversation. So I'm going to ask this now, what about the content on the website? Can it be improved? So basically, you can think, I'm sure, of your own job and things that you do in your day-to-day. Maybe you've got someone doing digital marketing, for example. This is where they can jump in and find out, get some feedback and advice. So what I can do then again is, so again, you can see there's giving me, it's a very tough judge. There's no flowers in this. It is rootless. So it will give you very tough guidance. So I'm going to ask it now, can you identify keyword gaps, or recommend articles to add to the site? So again, what it's doing is it's understanding, diving into what we're doing. I'm keeping all the conversation in one chat, so it's building up a little bit of a history about the topic that we're talking about, and it's going to help me with all of this. So what we can do, it's going to keep working unless I stop it, which I can do by pressing this button. So that's what the prompt to get this next prompt working, or I can just let it run to the end. So I'm going to stop it now, and I'm just going to submit. It's always asking for feedback. So this will be, again, as I say, I'm getting into the interesting things. So for example, in digital marketing, we should analyze a website and look at the keywords or content that's on a website and try and find out what's missing from it. So what ChatGPT has done is went and looked at our competitors and is seeing what content that they have that we don't have, and now it's pulling in ideas for us to write about. So again, we'll get some ideas now. So can you give me a list of articles I should write? So again, I'm going to stop it just to save some time. And again, the conversation. So yeah, we start talking to ourselves as we're doing this. So again, brilliant. So it's going to come back now with some articles that we should write for the website. And again, it is looking at, you can ask it and prompt it to consider SEO. The key in all of this is the prompts. So you can see here I'm putting in one sentence prompts. What I would recommend is that you ideally would aim for 3 or 4 sentences and be as descriptive as possible. The reason for that is the more context, the more direction, the more examples and guidance you give this very powerful bot, the better the response is going to be. So I'm putting in one line, I'm getting generic content. But if I took my time and wrote a very nice prompt, then I'm going to get a much better response. So again, you can see here now it's coming up with article ideas, absolutely amazing. So the evolution of web design, and it's talking about 2024, still talking about 23 in this one, but you know, again, it's recognized over Northern Ireland. It's recognized our services. So I would say, yeah, it's understood AI that we're talking about AI. The article ideas are incredible. This is brilliant, and it's going to keep going. And I could ask it for 50 ideas, 100 ideas, but I'm going to stop it here, and I'm going to ask it now. Can you write the first the words for the first idea? Please write this as an SEO expert. SEO expert. So again, who? Let's see what I was talking about. Who also is an expert in web design. So if you are writing, say, a tourism post, and I have a wee spell mistake in that, but it knows. So if you're writing a tourism post on things to do in your local area or the history of a place, what you would do is you would be prompting, you see what I did there with the prompt, you'd be asking it to write it as a historic expert, but focused on the tourism sector, targeted at tourists from the USA, for example. And again, that would give the robot the guidance, the understanding to get closer to what you want. And I've asked it to write it as an SEO expert because I want keywords and all that good stuff followed as well. So brilliant. So here we go. We've got our title, we've got our introduction, we've got our subheadings, and it's breaking it down. We've even got key takeaways, which is very nice. And you can see it's writing this article. So there we go. So we've got a very nice article for our website, and that's taken and covered. Now, what we're doing and what we're seeing a massive benefit from doing is taking this article and adding it to our website, but then enhancing it. So let's say this is 60, 70% done. What you want to do then is add in your own personal experience. Again, if you're writing an article on things to do in your local area, you would take what this gives us. So again, we can ask it, so let me see, yeah, okay, right. Article. Sorry, things to do in Belfast. Well, we'll go Northern Ireland, of course. Dodgy typing, under pressure. Of course, that's it. So the beautiful thing, it forgives the rain. Again, what we're finding is even people who maybe, let's say, weren't excellent in school, maybe their grammar, like myself, is a little bit dodgy. The likes of ChatGPT can really help us with that. It removes barriers. It really levels the playing field. So again, it's coming up with some of the best things to do now in Northern Ireland. So what we could do now is we can take this article and add it to our website, but we need to improve it, make it human, add in our own personal experience. We need to take it to the next level. Again, the whole thing with AI is partnership. It's an assistant. What we've seen is some people are copying and pasting this and adding it in without enhancing it. And that is, I wouldn't advise to do that, because again, what's happening is, going back to what we talked about earlier, is this is taking data from the internet. Everything that's on the internet is kind of mashing it up and giving it back to us. So there's no originality in it. There's no personal experience. There's no experience share. So we need to get that. So again, we take this and add it to our site and enhance it, take it to the next level. So again, it's great. We've got our article. Now, what's the title here? So exploring Northern Ireland, top things to do. That's okay, but I'm going to say, right, can we make this article title more clickable? So again, back to, we still need the knowledge of how we're going to use the tool. So if I accepted it, then I'd get back what I put in. But now because I'm challenging it, it's going to come up with a few more, hopefully a few more titles. It's going on 7 must see. So there's a bit of again, yeah, urgency or excitement around that title compared to up here. It feels very bland. And again, we can ask it for 5 ideas, 10 ideas. It's a great tool if you're brainstorming things for sharing on social media. So give me, again, if can you give me 10 ideas on what or how I could share this article on social media? So again, and ideally what you put in is I'm targeting the USA, and this is my demographic. So again, feed the machine, update it on what you're talking about, what you're after, and it will give you some ideas. So now it's giving me ideas, and then I can ask it to actually write the posts for us as well. Can you add some statistics to the article? So again, oh, there we go. So stop dodgy spelling. I'm really testing it now. So I'm asking for statistics, and the reason I'm doing that is you're going to see now. So can you create an info? Oh, so basically what's happening happened, and we want to talk about the future is in the last update, OpenAI and ChatGPT added in the ability to do images within this, so we can type and ask it to create images. Now, it's still a little bit to go, but I would expect in 3 or 6 months, this is actually going to be really, really interesting, and we can use it. We can actually create credible images from it. So I've asked it now to give us some stats. So I'm going to let it type in some stats, and what I'm going to ask it then is to create an infographic of those stats. Now, when it creates the infographic, as I say, it still has a problem with text. It's super interesting to see, and I expect that that's what they're working on at the moment. But you can take that graphic, if it's a good graphic, and bring it into Canva and edit it. You can edit every layer of it, so you can still get something that's very useful for you to take and use. So again, I'm just going to stop it now. It's pulling out all these stats, which is great. Now, if you remember as well, I did say ideally what we do is we ask it to reference these statistics, because we should check them, because sometimes they call it hallucinating when the AI goes wrong, but hopefully you're getting an idea of how it does. Make it relevant to tourism. So cool. So I've asked it now to make a infographic, but again, if I had brand colors, if I had particular requirements, if it was the time of year I wanted, like Christmas, then I can ask it. Now, as I say, sometimes this can be a massive fail, sometimes it can be really a big win. So again, let's see what it comes back with. And while it's doing that, I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to ask it, so can you write, just again to show you, right? Oh gosh, there we go. Right. So there we go. So you can see how quick that, now I can go back in and give it feedback and say, look, don't don't. And as I mentioned, the text, we can see that there's issues in text. So Causeway has missed a few letters and so on. So that is what happens. That the text isn't perfect yet, but you can see the potential. Imagine again, even a couple of months ago, we had to manually write the content. We had to then go and create an infographic, or we just use a stock image. As I say, the days of stock images are definitely going to be gone, and it's only a matter of time, a couple of months before this really works. Can you write me a post? I just want for LinkedIn, again, spelling dodgy, Instagram, X, and just type in sideways. I'm looking at my notes as well, threads, to promote this article. Can you include the relevant hashtags and call to action? So if it understands my dodgies. So again, you can see I'm asking it now. My business is promoting a special tourism experience, and it is targeted at young couples, aged 25 to 40. So young people. And again, you can see the more we put into it, so it's a false economy to put in one sentence, because what you get back is going to be very generic. But the more, as I say, the more you put into this, the more you're going to get back. So here we go now, we're getting again, really good content. What you'll see again, and you've maybe heard of it, you've maybe even seen it and tried to identify that's on social media, that's from ChatGPT or that's from AI content, and that is definitely the case. What we should be doing is take this as a base. It's amazing for ideas. You might take this and customize it. We all know we're all tight for time, and again, this is a really good base to get us some ideas. And again, you can ask it for 50 ideas. You can ask it to be more creative. So you can see here it's putting all this content out. And where I'm thinking, for example, quick wins. There's so many platforms out there that we as businesses ignore, like of Pinterest and all of these. That'd be great to be posting on all the time and regularly hold or have an audience, but we're not getting that done. So this is maybe a way to do that. What about email marketing? How many people are doing email marketing? Well, now we can actually write an email. We can have the content on our website. We can craft the email. It can write write the content for us and help us. So again, I've got a couple of prompts here, and you can save your prompts. So again, I'm just going to, let me see if this works. Yeah, it's just pasting that in. So I've copied my prompts in. So you can see, brilliant. So it's a way of reading the prompts. So you can see it's getting ideas. So these are all things that maybe we don't do at the moment that we can actually now use our intelligent assistant and help us. So again, I've asked it, can you give me a great title? So I'm sending out, so can you give me 30 more ideas? And unlike us, after a long hard day, we get tired and the brain starts to close down. These tools don't. So again, we can really push and push and push, and just think of it as an extra person in the room. It's come to the extent now that we have given every one of our team their own ChatGPT, because again, the productivity improvement that we've seen from it has been incredible, and it's really worth the investment. There is enterprise level accounts coming out where you'll be able to buy multiple licenses in one. And if you're lucky and you're using Microsoft as your email provider, so you're using Teams and PowerPoint, then ChatGPT, it owns 50% of OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT. So this is all going to be integrated and it's already rolling out to all the accounts. So you're going to very, very soon see this rolled into your team. So when you go onto a Teams call, there'll be a little AI in the corner and you can ask it, what did I miss in the meeting? Give me a summary of what's happened. And when you're doing your PowerPoint presentation, it will help write the slides. It'll help send your emails, and this is coming. So go back to where is this going to go? And again, I've got all these ideas, a bit excessive, 30, but you can imagine you could sit down and plan out an email campaign. If you're doing one a month, you could take a day or one of your team members now, and before maybe to write an email, it might have taken 4 hours or 5 hours. Well, now in 4 or 5 hours, they might be able to get a month's worth of emails out. The same with social media posts. So again, we're looking at saving money, saving time, growing our reach online, and we're only talking so far on digital marketing, I guess, in that respect. So it definitely does save time. So we can ask it to help us with, can you help me by outlining go business plan for a new food experience that I want to create for my business. Oh gosh, so you get the idea. Farm based. So again, if I give it loads of information, I'm going to get something really back. But I'm just going to give it nothing and let it come back with the basics. So again, you can see this. So we've talked about digital, but you can roll it into other areas of the business. You can ask it for ideas around business plans. You can ask it again. I need to, well, that's working, right? A new AI policy for our business, Can you write this for me, considering Northern Ireland law? Now, again, with all of this, you'd want to get it checked, as we said, but if this was for a base or some ideas, so you've got something that you can read and then go and professionally get it checked, then it's a brilliant base. Because again, it just gives us some ideas. What should we include? And it gets you thinking like that. If you need like any type of document, again, it will work it. just when it comes to the privacy of the data, so that's something that we're often asked. So if you're using ChatGPT free, then what happens is that your data, it isn't released to the public, but it is going into training the AI. So your data that you're entering, your responses, if it's good or bad, if you're satisfied with the reply, is training the tool. So that's the price you're paying for using it for free. If you're using the paid version, which I am here, then that data obviously doesn't go public, and it doesn't go in or isn't saved in ChatGPT's database. As soon as I go into my settings and ask it to clear my chats, it's deleted. So again, there's another reason for using the paid version. So your data is kept inside of the account, which is really, really good. So again, you can see here we've got, so what I've asked it to outline our marketing plan or our business plan, was it? Yeah. So it's outlined it, but again, what I'm doing is I would use it as an assistant. So let's say I've written my plan, but I'm not sure, maybe in a section or two, or need some creative ideas to try and make it work. I need more ideas to help me with the revenue generation. Then of course we can ask this. So we go down here, and now it's giving me a base plan for AI, so I can actually have a read of this and see the things I need to consider, get my notes ready, and then go and get the professional help, as opposed to walking in and starting the professional help and waiting for a couple of weeks. So it does shortcut a lot of what we're trying to do in the business. So that's a very quick introduction into ChatGPT. Again, what I would encourage you, if you haven't already signed up, sign up for the free account. If you want to go to the paid and you haven't signed up already, there tends to be a little wait list, but it's definitely worthwhile implementing and using in the business. And once you've used it a little bit of time, you'll find that it will help you generate new sales, new ideas, cut your costs in what you're doing, do things that you're not doing, and overall improve your productivity. What you will find that people who've used it and say that it's no good, the information that I'm getting back is rubbish. What I would suggest is that it's probably more the prompt that's going in, as opposed to, and that's what you get back out. So again, if you had a 5 or 8 sentence description going in here and you're having a conversation and it's learning more about your problem or your challenge, then the advice and the help and the content that you're getting back is going to be much more valuable. So do consider the key to this all is the prompt engineering. So again, I'll close at that. We'll start to work through the questions and see if we can answer all the questions you have. So do keep continuing to send them.